guys, it's your girl Miss Scorpio, and I'm back with another YouTube video. Today we're gonna talk about karmic family exposed and my karmic fucking neighbor exposed. So please make sure that you press the like and the subscribe and leave a comment below if you've been through something similar, because it's a lot of us going through this shit. So I have always had ups and downs with my family. I would say 2012 or 13, I went to Job Corps to get my high school diploma. And when I came back home, my dad was like, well, I rented out your bedroom, so you got to go to public assistance. So I was like 22, 21. I was in my 20s. I go to the shelter because of my dad. Even when I got to the fucking shelter, they were sitting up there talking about, you're 21, you're 22, like your father, your mother, they should be there for you. So they didn't even want to book me a bed the first time I went to the system. And I was like, it's not my choice to be here. My dad was like, he don't have a room for me. So I just noticed like how he wasn't there for me, how he didn't do shit for me. All right. And then it's like, I forgave him. It kind of pushed me into being like an adult. You know, like I really had to go out there, and I've let all that shit go. And then 2018, I got into a apartment. I got my heart broken, and I remember getting my heart broken, not knowing how to like deal with that shit. And it took me like 2019 up into 2021. I started getting better within my own energy. But I remember calling my dad and my mom, and my dad, he was like, you should have known better. And that's the type of energy my dad has. It's like anything you tell him most of the time, it's kind of like argumentative I used to look up to him when I was younger, because I was like, everybody wants to be the favorite in my family. It was like my brother was the top because he was the youngest and he got the attention. He's the only boy. But my sister, she was always very competitive. It's like, look at me. And I was the middle child. So it's like I wanted to be his favorite too. But then I started realizing after a time period, like I was giving him money, and then once I stopped giving him money, he didn't care for me. And I was like, okay, well, I'd had friends tell me like, maybe he's taking advantage of you, maybe he's leeching off of your energy, you're too kind, blah blah blah. So after I got to the shelter, I kind of changed. I was like, I can't give you money. I can't feel sorry for you. And it's funny how somebody can have all this money. Like my dad worked for himself, everything. And he just showed me how greedy he was, like throughout my whole life. And now that he's struggling, because I believe he's getting his karma, which we all have karma in this life. And I just feel like he doesn't believe in God. He claims that he's spiritual. I don't fucking believe that shit. But I'm telling you, like, my family has really showed me in so many different ways how negative they fucking are. And my dad wasn't there. He was the first person to just break me. But I still wasn't angry. It was so weird. It was like I needed to be in the shelter. It was weird. I was there for a year. Then the system helped me. And then I got a fucking apartment in Manhattan for like $500 a month. And I loved it because I had my freedom. And I would still visit my family. And I remember my fucking neighbor had bed bugs, so I had to leave. And then I came back to Brooklyn, and everything goes downhill, but I get an apartment subleased. And then this dude I'm dealing with breaks my heart, and my family doesn't give me any support. My mother's sitting up there. Is this going to be a long story? And I started realizing once I disconnected from the dude that broke my heart, I was like, looking and observing everyone's energy. I was in isolation. I was like, my dad's negative. My mother, she rushes me off the phone. She never been there. People don't care for me. And I never got to the point where I overate. I never got to the point where I did drugs obsessively, but I did get to the point where I cried. And I got confused. And I was like, what the fuck? And where's the support? And where's the friendships? And the only person I really ever had a really genuine friendship with was someone named Karen. And it was weird because when I was close with her, she was always like so obsessed with her dogs. And I'm like, damn, like your dogs have to come with us every fucking where. It was so weird. Which she was an amazing friend. And some people are big dog people. But I'm a big cat person. So I regret like not understanding her vibes, because there were times where I invited her to come to my place and she's like, can my dogs come? And I'm like, I don't know if your dogs can come. So then she might not show up. And it was weird. Like, your dogs need to be with us every fucking where. So I always had like connections with people that were either my friend, or they were like half my friend, or they were my friend but they were just like kind of weird. And I don't consider her weird anymore, because I have a emotional support animal, and I feel like that's what she needed. But anyways, so I'm like looking at who is really there for me, and I'm like, I really don't have family. My mother and father are divorced. They're both negative. My sister always been negative to me. My brother, I don't even know what the fuck's going on with that. The last time I talked to my brother was 2017, and I remember calling his phone, checking up on him, and some girl picks up the phone and she's like, he's busy, hangs up on my face, and my brother didn't even call me to say, I'm sorry, or that's my sister, like, how dare you? So I was just like, wow. My sister's always told me my whole life, you're adopted. And now I'm like really fucking feeling like I am. And I'm like, I don't know, but like, calling me, oh, light skin this and this, and trying to bring me down because you don't feel good within yourself, because you're not good within how you look. You don't do that colorism, whatever, okay? It's like, I look at my family and I'm like, what? And then it's crazy because let's go back to the timeline. So I was in the shelter, got my own place, then I had bed bugs. Then I came back to my family's house. Then I got into a sublease apartment. Then I got my heart broken. Then I went back to the system. Then I saved up my money. Then I started traveling. Then I came back to New York. Went to Cali. Went back to New York. Come back to New York. Have fucking weird fucking roommates. Understand more lessons from the universe, because it's like we're meeting people for reasons. And then I had this client. I remember me having these roommates, 2 dudes that just never left the fucking house, because they started, like, when I moved in, they were working, and then they just stopped fucking like, they just started being in the house all the time. And I'm like, when you moved me in here, you said you had a job, but now you just don't work. Like, I work from home, so if I hear noise or anything outside of like what I'm doing, it's kind of irritating, right? So I always typically want roommates that like go to work, not be in the house with me. And everybody, especially when you look for rooms now for rent, people are straightforward. They will literally say, we don't want working from home people. It's fine, but it needs to be a balance, because if I'm looking for something and you're looking for something, it has to be a balance, right? So my roommates just stopped working out of the blue. I was there for 8 months. So I'm talking to a client on the phone, and she's like, well, talk to your dad. And I'm like, talk to my dad? I haven't talked to my dad in years. And why did I distance myself from my family? It wasn't even personal. It was me healing from a heartbreak, living my life, traveling, being in isolation overall. And I didn't think about my family because I was remembering the past. And I was like, in the past, he wasn't there. He wasn't supportive. She wasn't there. She wasn't supportive. My sister, my brother, they don't got shit. So like, who can I turn to? So I call my dad, and the first thing he says to me is, because I hadn't talked to him since 2018, and now it's 2020, and I call him and I say, no, 2021, that's when I called him. But I said, you know, how are you? It's a pandemic. Hopefully you're doing well. So my dad's like, I have cancer, and you're only calling me because I have cancer. And then that kind of broke me in a sense, because I never want to wish bad on people's health, or even if you did me dirty in life, I never want to wish bad on you. So he's like, you're only calling me because I have cancer. And I'm like, I didn't know you had cancer. But I'm like, things happen. Like, I'm pretty sure if you have cancer, you know, you got to take care of yourself. So then he says to me, well, I moved out of New York. I have a place in Florida. I'm getting it together, blah, blah, blah. But you could take over the basement in the house. And at one point, I thought everything was aligning the way it was supposed to align, because I was thinking to myself, I was going to leave this apartment with these 2 dudes that just don't fucking work. Because I was feeling a little bit irritated because they just stopped working. They were home every day, but they weren't purposely doing shit. They were just there, and I was just being annoying with the situation. But my dad's like, yeah, I'm not even there anymore. You can take over, blah, blah, blah. So I go back to my dad's house, and my mother's upstairs with her boyfriends. I swear to you, I was there for like 8 months. My mother, I believe she does Santa Marita spell work, negative, gossip, everything. But I moved back. My mother, not only the first couple of months, want to be nice to me. Oh, I'm barely home, and my boyfriend's barely home. When I tell you, she leaves the house at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. He leaves the house at 4 o'clock to like 11 p.m. So like, I'm usually in the house for like 2 hours by myself. I work from home. Usually I have a structured like schedule. So it's like, he's home all day, then she's home all like, so I didn't really have a balance there either, but I did have my own floor, so I was thankful for that. She was nice when she wanted to be nice, and she was a bitch when she wanted to be a bitch. And it was so unfortunate because I didn't go to that house intentionally looking for shit other than, okay, let me have my stable housing, quiet. And it was like my mother was above me because I was on a lower floor, but she was walking back and forth, slamming things on the floor at times. And I remember telling her, like, what's the reason? Like, and there were times where I would call her and ask about my Amazon package, and she'd be like, I'm fucking eating right now. And I'm like, I didn't tell you to stop eating. I told you that I have a package coming, or it says it's being delivered. I'm in the back of the house. It's more considerate for you to just go check. If you're just right next to the living room, right next to the front door, I'm not telling you to pass it down to me. Just let me know if it's there. But the way she screams and yells and talks, and I'm like, your mouth is crazy. So I create boundaries, and I'm like, if someone's fluctuating my vibes, I can't talk to you. So we were actually in the house for about 3 months not talking. And I was fine with it because I'm like, you know, but then I started noticing as I distanced myself, she became angry. Like, she would do intentional things. She would just make noise, and she would just do things purposefully. And I'd be thinking to myself, how do people, and it's true, how do people wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm mad because this person's not giving me the energy that I want from them. So I'm just going to be a spiteful ass fucking bitter bitch. This bitch was fucking walking back and forth. And I would tell her about herself. And I told her when we ended up becoming cool, I was like, you know, you make a lot of noise upstairs. Like, can you like stop making so much noise? She's like, oh, okay, no problem. Still did it. Because I feel like sometimes when you speak up and you let people know, like, this is what's bothering me, or I noticed this, it's up to them to say, you know what, I'm going to just be mature or I'm not. My mother's childish. She's a narcissist, energy vampire. And I don't even know if that's my fucking mother. But she don't treat me like one. And it's like, I didn't know that my family was so karmic up until this point, because I was like, why the fuck, when I came back to this house, my mother's acting like that. Her boyfriend is crazy because he's nice to me, but then he was making noises too, like blasting music, and it was obsessive. And I was like, did you guys just come up one day and say to yourselves, let's annoy her? Because, you know, I work from home. I do tarot readings. I'm by myself and I do my own shit. And I'm like, how does people think, like, you know, someone that works from home and this is what they do, and you're going to fucking ruin that because you guys are unhappy within your life? I'm the only one in my family that does social media. I'm the only one in my family that lives in her truth. I'm the only one in my family that does tarot readings. And you guys all have something to say about it. All talk about me. All have something to say about what I do. You know what? I spread self-love, positivity. I talk about general questions, situations, elements, whatever. But because I'm so different, I'm a problem. I really believe me coming back to that house was an eye-opener, and it was also a lesson, but it was also just to show me, like, stay the fuck away from this family. But sometimes I feel like I literally felt like family was supposed to stick together. And I'm like, why was I... Maybe I was supposed to show them, like, you know, I can change my life from all the toxicity, because I didn't have anyone at one point, but I had me. And I've already been through the struggle. I already experienced the struggle. I already experienced so much. But I had no hate in my heart. I wasn't even angry at anybody. My mother was never there. I still forgave her. My father wasn't there for me at that time. I still forgave him. But they're still angry at me. For what? Because my life is better? Because I have no... Like, literally, my sister and brother now have kids. I haven't talked to anyone in about 3 to 4 years. And my mother's boyfriend is like, I understand why you don't talk to anybody, because your whole fucking family is, like, just toxic. And I'm like, I'm really opening my eyes to how karmic everything is. Like, my sister never was supportive. My brother is fucking against me too. They both don't talk to each other. My mother isn't talking to my brother right now. My sister's not talking to this one. It's just like everybody's like this whole thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? We don't have family reunions. We don't celebrate. We don't have no celebrate. We don't do shit. But I'm like, when my grandmother was here, she was the earth angel. She brought everyone together. But now that she's gone, nobody fucks with nobody. And I'm like, all right, interesting. But my life has turned and changed. But my life has changed when I was 18. I was 17 turning 18. My dad's like, we're gonna lose this house, so you guys got to get a job. My grandmother passed when I was 17, and when I turned 18, my dad's like, you need to get a job. I didn't even have my high school diploma yet. I'm on the internet looking for jobs with no high school diploma. Then I became a cam model. I didn't think that was gonna happen for me. And I was supporting and helping my dad when I was making a whole bunch of money online at that point. And it's like, I never got, you know, a genuine thanks. It was just like, hey, you know, I need help with this bill. I need help with this. I need help with that. And I just kept giving him money and helping him and helping him. And then I just stopped. And then the support from him stopped. So it's like, I was just kind of like in a situation where, sorry, a fly was flying. I don't want you to think I'm just like waving. Okay. But I feel like this family is very karmic. And I really have felt like Britney Spears, honestly, because she couldn't talk for a time period, or she couldn't live in her best truth, or she couldn't live her best life. But I was literally, for the past 8 months, I was in this house, and I returned back to my family because I thought I needed a place to stay, that I had my own space, and it was just horrible. And when this literally happened like 3 weeks ago, where my mother and her boyfriend were arguing, and I heard her scream, and then she claimed that he hit him, that he hit her. And then I called the cops, and then he's taken away for a week and a half, and she's being nice to me. And then he comes back, and now she doesn't want nothing to do with me, but she's back on her boyfriend. She's like, oh, I missed you. And it's like, he got taken to the psych ward because of drugs. But now that he's back, you don't fuck with me, but you're claiming that it's okay for him to put his hands on you. It's just like arguments, fights, everything's happening above me. And they didn't even care, because they were like, she's down there and she's gonna hear it. And it affected my vibe for so fucking long. And this was an ongoing situation. They would argue, they would fight, she would be loud, she would walk back and forth, slam things. And I'm telling you about these karmics, they don't fucking sleep. I think people that do negative, bad things in this life, they be haunted by their own energy. Like, she literally goes to work at 8 a.m., right? So why the fuck, because I heard everything, why the fuck she goes to sleep at 11, 10 p.m. and wakes up at 4 a.m., walks back and forth, and I'm hearing her shifting things, like moving things and walking back and forth? That would drive anybody crazy. And I think at one point she was trying to drive me crazy. And then I had a reading, right, not too long ago, that was saying, well, it was so easy for her boyfriend to get locked up. But now that she sees how easy it is, she wanted to create chaos and conflict and arguments and fights, and she wanted to send me away. Are you stupid? Because guess what? I'm stronger than that. You almost broke me, though. You was walking back and forth, you were slamming things on the floor, you were doing things to me, and it affected my business, because there were days where I didn't want to work. There were days that I didn't, but I would sleep and I would pray. And it's so ironic how I'm here in a space where I have peace and I'm happy again. And I've been crying almost all week because I'm just so fucking happy that I'm away from your toxic negative ass. And you know what? Fuck this family. Fuck you motherfuckers that don't believe in me, don't see it in me. But one day something's gonna happen for me, and I told you that in your face. And maybe you feel angry or spiteful, or maybe you've gotten readings from the wrong people, but I'm gonna tell you this. If you were to treat me nice, or people in general, this is a general statement, why don't people treat people nicer or more kinder in life? I mean, actually in person, in your face, so we can help you in the future. I would have wanted to help my mother or father get a home or a car or some sort of abundance. But y'all motherfuckers put me down. And it's funny how her boyfriend gets sent to the psych ward, and I call my dad just to update him about everything. I've been talking to my dad for months, right? I'm on the phone with him. He's the one of the most negative person ever. My dad's like, do you know what's going on with your brother, your sister, your mother? Oh, your brother's girlfriend don't like me. Oh, your brother is barely there for me anymore. Oh, your sister, she's this, she's that. She asks everybody for money. She don't have no fucking job. Oh, your mother doesn't even pay me much anymore. She's supposed to be paying her rent, but she ain't fucking paying shit. Like, every time I talk to my dad, it's always fucking negative. It's like it's like a negative bubble that he just can't pop himself out of, right? So I hate talking to him, honestly. But I was talking to him and telling him what was going on because this is his fucking house. My dad's like, I says, you know, she screamed and I think her boyfriend hit her, and he's the landlord, right? So you want to update him. He's like, why don't you mind your fucking business? This has nothing to do with you. Her boyfriend gets out the psych ward and he puts his hands on you, then what? So instead of him saying, you know what, you did the right thing, you protected her, my dad's like, you're fucking wrong and mind your business and just be out of the situation. He might hurt you. That's realistic. He might hurt me one day, right? I don't know. But at the end of the day, if I heard my family screaming, yelling, whatever, I'm going to be there. And that's just, and I hadn't talked to my mother for 3 months. Can you imagine? And I was still there for you. And it's the same people that are waking up and saying to themselves, I'm going to annoy her. I'm going to stress her out. I'm going to put this energy onto her. Because why? Because you know what? You look at yourself and you hate yourself. You hate the way you look. You hate your job. You hate everything about yourself. But guess what? I love what I do. I love doing tarot readings. I'm not going to stop. Do as much spell work on me. Speak so ill of me. But bitch, I'm a fucking chosen one. I'm a divine feminine. I treat myself highly. I love myself. I don't even believe you're my family. So it's like I question myself, where is my family? Because my mother literally just disowned me yet again. She's always pushed me away. So it's weird how people will push you away or distance themselves from you, and they want you to just keep lusting after them. Bitch, fuck out of here. Can you imagine someone treating you like complete shit, but then they want you to talk to them and be in their energy field? Fuck you. Respectfully. And once her boyfriend came back from the psych ward, she's now back to her normal self. What do you want? How long is the story? How long is this going to take? So, you know, I hate fucking talking to you, and fuck you. My dad, I'm done talking to your ass. I tell you what's really going on in the house and you're like, mind your fucking business. Fuck you. My sister, my dad's sitting up there. I put a book on Amazon. My dad's like, oh yeah, your sister says she read the book and all of it's lies. Bitch, I haven't talked to you in fucking years, but you're reading my book. So ironic. You're watching me on social media. So ironic. It's people that I don't watch you. I don't call you. You don't have my number. You don't know where I live, but you're watching me. You're reading up on me. I'm telling you, once you distance yourself from the karmic energies, they're going to be watching you, stalking you, talking about you. You can talk about me. You can say blah, 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 blah. But you know, in my life, I have my own business. I made a book for myself. And when I leave this world, I have something out there for others to understand. Why do we go through this? Because you're the chosen one. You're supposed to be different from them, not spread negativity, not spread hate. So they're going to look at me in a negative sense right now, but I'm speaking my truth and speaking what I'm experiencing and understanding that, wow, I'm not crazy. In the past, you guys all treated me like shit, but I was still coming around you, still showing up, still there. Can you imagine someone being in the fucking shelter, still seeing their family? How? And it never broke me. It was so weird. I never felt less than. I mean, being in the shelter isn't something to glorify, but I never felt less than. I just felt like, yo, I'm growing the fuck up. I'm 30 right now, and I feel old as fuck because of my experiences. But I just choose to be around positive energies, positive people, and I just can't be around anything that's toxic or negative for me. Now, what is happening for me right now, where I'm at right now, I'm so grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to keep talking to you. But at one point, I didn't even think that he was there for me, because I was like, why is my mother doing such evil, negative things to me while I'm in this house? Because she had access to me. And people have access to you. That's when they start doing shit. So my neighbor, even, this fucking Leslie, you stupid bitch. She's sitting up there. I moved in January. Oh, that one right there never says hi. Then I give her some energy. She's like, I always thought you were such a bitch. I always thought that. And I said to her, you prejudged me. Actually, I'm far from a bitch. I could be one. But it's so funny how you've been watching me all these years in and out of this house, right? You never said hi to me, bitch. And it's like, when I genuinely put because let me tell you something about me. I don't look for friends, especially fucking neighbors. I don't give a fuck who lives next to me. Of course, if you say good morning, hello to me, but I personally don't put myself out there for anybody because of my experiences. I'm not super friendly to people because of my experiences, but I'm respectful. I'll hold a door for someone. I'll say, excuse me, thank you, you know? But I don't go out of my way to just meet people and be in people's faces because of my experiences. So it's like, I'm tired of that, you know? Like, you don't know me. You don't know me from a fucking hole in a wall, but you know of me. You see me. And I think what sucks is that people will have you right in front of their face and they still treat you like shit, but then they want to watch you. You know what's sick? Is a mother treating you like complete shit and then watching you when you go live stream, when you go on your social media. And it's like, why are you fucking watching me? You treated me like complete shit in my real life. But online, you want to watch me. You want to lower my vibration, but watch me go fucking live stream. How weird are you, bitch? You put lies on me. My fucking cat died. So can you believe the environment is negative? The house is negative. I don't have to sugarcoat shit. But all this negative stuff started happening once I moved in. And it was just kind of like environments and cities and states and places that can be not good for your mental health, your neighbors, your family, whoever. And I was like, I can't be here. But you know, there were days where I didn't want to work because it was so noisy. And there were days where I was just talking to God and I wasn't even believing he was listening, because I was like, God, like, you helped me through my heartbreak, but why the fuck that I'm here? That it's just like my money was slowing down. My energy wasn't the best. And now I'm just like, yo, I can't believe I'm where I'm at right now. Like, I'm a little shocked right now. Like, I want to pinch myself because I'm literally in peace. I'm in quietness. I'm doing my own thing. So I'm thankful for that. So anyone that's going through a situation where they're in a living situation with karmics, because karmics come in so many different forms. It could be a karmic neighbor, karmic family member, karmic coworker, karmic anything. And it's like, I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. I did a lot of cleansing, a lot of spiritual work, a lot of money. Well, I also did money candles, but I did magic, protection candles. I did a lot because I was like, yo, I'm being fucked with. And energetically, you're fucking with me. And I also feel like there were times where I was sleeping and then I would hear a slam on the she's above me, so on the floor, but it was like every 4 o'clock in the morning, like consecutively. It was just like she just kept doing something, and I was like, you're doing spell work, bitch, and you're going down energetically, because guess the fuck what? I'm here to teach and help people, and I still have a light, and I still have a vision, and I still want to keep going, and I want to travel, and I want to eat foods I've never eaten, and I want to do things I've never experienced, and I have a lust for life. But what do you have? You work 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. You do the same shit every fucking day. The difference between me and you, I work when I want to work. I make my own schedule. And it might sound like a fucking, ooh, she's living her life and she gets to do whatever the fuck she wants. But sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes I don't make the money I want to make. But guess what? I believe in myself. I believe in my craft. And I believe in God overall. So that's why I put all my energy into it. And those times where I've questioned myself, where I didn't feel that confident, I just gave it to God. I was like, you know what? God got me. People are going to find me. People are going to love my energy for these readings. But guess what? You try to fuck with my money, it's going to come back to me. It's okay. But you try to fuck with my money, my vibe, my energy, my time, everything. And it's like, I'm so happy to be gone out of your energy, because there was months. And it's funny how I moved in the first couple of months, it was quiet. It was nice. It was chill. Then after a while, once I distanced myself from her negative energy, Now she's sitting up there like making noise and all this other crap. It was driving me crazy. But guess what? My message to people that deal with karmics, they're not going to change. They're not happy for you. They're not happy for them fucking selves. They're living with mental chaos, so they want to make you live in mental chaos. They'd rather see you pass before they pass. It's weird, it's crazy, and it's sick. But guess what? We are chosen. If you need a cleanse, if you need to pray, if you need to, because I would say get out of a negative situation if it's not serving you. And I was at a point where I wasn't even making enough money, right? Because I needed money to leave. The plan was do an Airbnb and get the fuck out. But it didn't work that way. It didn't work that way. I was going to do a hotel. I was like, I don't have enough money for like usually a room for rent is first and security, right? But it didn't work that way for me. So what I would say is, at the end of the day, like, she was trying to mess with my vibe. She was trying to mess with my money. I feel like when you do bad onto people, I wasn't even doing anything. Like, I'm not a saint, but what I want to say is I was down in the basement by myself doing my own thing. So why would you fuck with me? You're and there's a lot of people in this world that have people that are doing shit spitefully above them, below them, whatever. You got people that would just treat you like shit just to treat you like shit, whether it's because they don't like your vibe, what you do for a living, how you look, whatever. And I just want to tell you, you gotta keep the faith, because it's not going to be forever. I plan on the future owning my own shit. I plan on getting my credit right. I have so many things that I plan on doing, and I just can't be around negative vibes. And guess what? When I make it, you're not a part of that situation. And I think the problem with people that treat you like shit, they already assume that you wouldn't help them in the future. So why be nice to you? That's so twisted and fucked up, because what you should be doing is uplifting people, helping people, guiding people. And if you don't know how to be a mother or father, just say that. That's fine. But don't be mad at someone because they want to live their life and I didn't end up like you. And I think the karmics wanted you to end up like them. They wanted you to be similar to them. They wanted you to be like them. No, you're not. You're extremely different from them. But I had to tell this story because you have given me hell for months after months after months. And I know it's funny to you, and I know it's amusing to you, and I know you feel like you're being untouched. The problem with some people in this life, they will do so much negative, bad things, right? But they feel like, oh, I didn't get my karma. Nothing's happening to me. I might as well keep doing bad things. Spell work, this, that. Your karma is going to be so bad. And you just don't give a fuck. That's fucking crazy. And you know what? Keep doing. My dad already experienced. He was the first person I ever experienced karma. He rented rooms out to people that wasn't family, and they all fucking took him to court, or he took them to court. Like, people, it was like a chain reaction where there were people that rented rooms in my dad's house, the same house that he told me I didn't have a room for. Everybody just chain reaction. They just stopped paying him rent out of the blue. That's karma. You think if you think that you can do bad to people and you're gonna get a positive. I don't know what kind of, like, I heard that there were Masons in my family. I heard that there was people doing spell work, this, that. But you need to realize, in the spiritual realm, I do my research, okay? Do yours. You will get extreme negative karma. And especially for my mother, bitch, you think that you're gifted in spell work, whether you're doing it or you're going to someone. Let me tell you something. You got people that you're going to. You could take my picture, you could take my hair, my clothing, you could take anything. People will literally keep taking your money because they know that you want to destroy this person. I can't be destroyed, stupid. But you want to destroy me, my energy, my vibe, my looks. Because someone was doing beauty spell work against me too. Fuck you. I'm beautiful. I'm worthy. I'm worth it. I do my mirror affirmations. I do my spiritual cleansing. I have my own high priestess that protects me. Stupid. I know everything you're doing behind the scenes, and it's looking really bad for you. But the fact of the matter is, instead of you going to go against someone and doing work and spell work on someone because you don't like their lights, you don't like what they do for a living, you don't like how they look, whatever, how about you do spell work on getting a better energy? How about you get spell work on making more money? How about you fix your own situation? You're doing spell work to stop someone, to fuck someone up, to have me doing death spells on me and negative energies towards me and all shit on me, and you're cursing me. But you're doing all of that shit for what? That's crazy. And I also believe, like, I literally took my mother, her boyfriend was in the psych ward for like a fucking week and a half. Her birthday passed, I took her out for her birthday. We hadn't talked for 3 fucking months, and I took her out for her birthday, spent about $150 on her dumb ass. And do you think when he got out, she decided she was going to talk to me anymore? She was like, oh, my man's out of the psych ward. Fuck you. I just spent $150 on you. And I just kept thinking to myself, should I spend this money? Because she's been treating me like shit for months. And the fact that I spent money on you and took you out, and it was the same day that I told her, I'm going to take you somewhere nice. And I took her to the city, and there's this place called the Baylander in the city, and it has the most nicest reviews, and it's beautiful. It's on the water. And as we were walking there, my mother was like, how long does this take to get there? How long does it take? Oh my God, I should have stayed home. Oh my God, I don't want to go. Da, da, da. It was nice outside. It was a 10-minute walk. These karmics be so having such, like, I don't know if she purposely walks slow like that, because she's like in her 40s. She's over fucking weight. She's fat as shit. But besides that, my mother walks so fucking slow. Like a fucking, like, there's like, I don't know. But, and I'm like, you're complaining for someone to take you out. I got you a gift. I'm taking you out. I forgave you from how you were treating me for months. And you're just complaining about a 10-minute walk? Really? It's not hot as fuck. It's not cold. It was beautiful weather. So once we get to the fucking water, and we're passing this shelter or something, right? Because it was like a little bit further. My mother's like, oh, you're taking me to the projects. Everything. Let me tell you what a karmic is. That you could do the nicest thing for someone, it's not enough. Because my mother, she was not happy. It was like, I should have just stayed home. Why did I leave? It was just like complaining. And it just messed with my vibe. It was like, why the fuck am I here too, right? Like, why did I even choose to do something nice for your dumbass? Once we got to the fucking boat that serves the cocktails and the food, my mother is quiet now. She realized, wow, she actually did take me somewhere nice. Bitch, you fucking underestimated me. Because the funny thing is, you don't know my fucking vibe. You don't know where I like to go. You don't know what I like to do. But you assumed that I was taking you to the fucking projects. That's crazy. You know what? At this point, I did something nice for you. I've accepted and I've forgiven all of you from the past, but nobody gives a fuck. Everybody is making it seem as if I deserve that type of lifestyle. Like I was supposed, even my fucking dumbass bitch ass neighbor. Fuck you, bitch. I feel like I sat down and I talked about my experiences, but I feel like there were people that were just collectively like wanting me to go down. And I'm like, you're talking shit about me. You're fucking irritating me, making all that fucking noise. You are just saying all this bullshit about everybody. I'm like, why, when I moved into this house and I reconnected with family, it was so fucking negative? And it just dawns on me how people are really not doing good in their own lives. Like, my sister has nothing to show for her life because she has no fucking job, nothing stable. She doesn't have a stable housing situation. My dad is gossiping about her. My mother's gossiping about her. Okay, great. My brother's with some fucking girl that she's on the phone just running her fucking mouth. Mind you, bitch, I don't even want to, like, I hate talking about people's looks. I mean, she's ugly as fuck, but I hate talking about people's looks because it's like, it's just so like low vibrational. But my brother chooses to be with this whatever girl. And it's funny because when I was on the phone with my dad, he's like, your brother wants you to unblock him on social media. It's so funny how for months after months after months, my brother was watching me on my fucking Instagram story And then I ended up blocking him because I remember when 2017, I called my brother and he's like, some girl was like, oh, he's busy right now, hang up on my face. I texted him directly and I said, guess what? You let people hang the phone up on me, like I'm checking up on you and people hang up on me and you just don't give a fuck. I was like, I won't call you, it's fine. But after all these years, and then my dad's like, well, he wants you to unblock him. So I'm on the phone with my brother now and I'm like, so you want me to unblock you on social media? I have all my content is tarot related. Are you into tarot readings? My brother's like, well, you posted something about your family not really being there for you and I thought that was funny. And then him and his girl are laughing behind the scenes, the new girl, right? So I don't think that's funny. My family hasn't been there for me. My experience isn't funny. And fuck you too if you think that it's funny that my family hasn't been there. But it's so funny how my brother has this girl that's pregnant. I heard that her life is drama too. I don't really care for the girl. But it's funny how people will watch your life. They don't fuck with you. They talk about you. They'll watch your life. They don't even ever understand that I've never met you in person, bitch. So you're just going off on what he's telling you. That's number one. My family hasn't been there for me, realistically. My dad's toxic. My mother's toxic. My sister's toxic. My brother's fucking toxic. I actually had more sympathy and respect for him, though. I never really had a huge issue with him. But he just, I don't know. Like, ever since he had his mental issues, I don't give a fuck. But the fact of the matter is, I'm on the phone trying to get over the fact that he just said, I just thought it was funny that nobody's there for you. And I was like, wow. They're laughing. And I was like, okay, well, your girl just had a baby by you. So I wanted to congratulate her. My brother's like, oh yeah, she's kind of shy. She's kind of shy, but she's on the phone laughing and I hear her in the background. Fuck you, bitch. And fuck you, bitch. You and your stupid bitch-ass girlfriend. You and your stupid baby mama, bitch. And then my dad's like, oh, he doesn't want to marry her. Of course he don't want to marry her because she has a fucking... But anyways, fuck that bitch. So back to the positivity. So I'm like, my brother, his dumbass bitch-ass girlfriend, my sister, my mother, my father. I'm just like this whole family, right? I reconnected with this family. So the only biggest change is my sister now has a kid. My brother has a fucking kid and some ratchet baby mama bitch. And I'm just like, never met her, mind you. So it's so funny in life how people will talk about you and they will literally like all gang up on one person. Like my father never was really there for me. My mother wasn't there for me. So they can all come together and be like little rats. But it's funny how people don't even realize like all this negative stuff that other people are saying, they put them through that. Like you literally wasn't there for me and you literally wasn't there for me. But I still forgave you and I still looked highly at you. But it's just so much competition in my family, jealousy in my family, just comparisons. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live my life. I know I'm being judged for being a tarot reader. I know I'm being judged for being a motivational speaker. I know I'm being judged for so many things. But I never denied that I used to do camming. I never denied that I do what I do now. I don't need to deny shit. And they hate that I live my truth. They hate that I speak up. They hate that I say what I have to say. Because you know what? In this life, people don't want you to be yourself. They don't want you to say what you have to say. They want you to be working at fucking CVS all day. Working at Starbucks all day. Working a regular 9 to 5. No, I chose to do my own thing, my own lane. After all that struggle and all that chaos. And I've worked for people before. So I respect the hustle. Trust me. But some people don't value your energy. So 2020 is when I became an entrepreneur. 2020 was when I pushed myself. And I told myself, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to start a tarot channel. I'm going to start an online community. And I did all of that. Do you think I'm finished with my journey? I still want to travel to different states. I still want to go to different countries. I still want to eat more different food. I still want to meet new people. So many things I want to do. But I feel like when I think of family and when I see them now, it's just like now I'm just realizing maybe I should just stay on that path away from them, because re-entering their lives is just like getting a glimpse of people that are just low and unhappy. But I heard of all their stories and I've seen things from my very own eyes. And I I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I'm like, why am I in this house when it's just always noisy? I choose not to want to work at times. And it was like, I love doing tarot readings. This is my passion. Like, because I meet interesting people and I give great advice. And there are people that are genuinely confused, or they need guidance, or people just do tarot readings for fun. But this is what I choose to do. And I feel like the Karmics wanted me to be low and sad and angry and miserable. And it was like, wow, she's not. And that's what people want you to be in life. They want you to be how they are. I'm sorry, I am not like you. I still choose to be a kind person. I still choose to hold doors for people and be courteous and have manners and be nice. And sometimes I have my days because we're humans. But at the end of the day, I believe in God. And I feel like God has helped me through this whole process. There were feathers being shown my way. Synchronicities nonstop. And some of you guys are getting messages from the universe to leave me the fuck alone. Stop doing spell work. Stop speaking ill on me. Doing this, doing that. And karma is coming your way. And I'm sorry for you. I don't wish it on you. I don't do spell work on family or friends just for the fucking hell of it. So you doing spell work and death threats and cursing people and doing this behind the scenes because you're fucking angry at where you're at in life, have a reality check, Karmic. All of you Karmic individuals in my life that have done so much wrong to me and didn't see that light in me, or if you're intimidated, jealous, or mad at me for living in my truth, and you think it's so easy because I have no kids, no man, no nothing, no support, no. But my online community got my back. And God got my back. And that's what's been fucking driving me. That's what's been pushing me. Right? It's like, I'm not angry. I never chose to be angry. I chose to move on from the negativity. And re-entering you guys' life has been fucking hell, to be honest. So I did cut my dad off. He told me to mind my fucking business. Wow. My mother, she's just way too bipolar. You know, I had more respect for her boyfriend because he actually would listen to me sometimes. And I listened to him, but it sucks how some people, it's either she's doing spell work on him for him to stay, because no man in his right mind would stay with a woman like that. Her energy is so fucked up. And her mouth is so fucked up. And I don't know how he does it. I don't even know when she was making all that fucking noise, how if I was her man, I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But he would allow it sometimes. And it just acted like it was fucking normal. It's like, yo, sit the fuck down. You're making all this noise. You're throwing things on the floor. Like, and sometimes I felt as if he was partaking in it. And I do believe he's fucking depressed, because there are times where when she goes to work, he'll start blasting music. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is he messing with me too? Because you know I don't need it to be completely silent, but I need a peace of mind. I fucking work here. So why is the music blasting and things being thrown on the floor and just everything? It was just like, wow, you people are inconsiderate. And you know how considerate I am? I work when I want to work. I do what I want to do. But there's a lot of effort and energy into that as well. People think tarot readers will just get it so good, right? We have to wait for people to F with our vibes, want to, you know, support our services. You know, if I don't go to work, I might not get paid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love what I do, but there's a lot involved in it, you know? And it drains your energy at times. It's just a lot. But I would never second doubt it. And I would never say I would never do this type of profession. No, it's for me. And some of us in our lives, we've been questioning, what's my career path? What's next for me? What's this? What's that? But I don't question shit. I just go with the flow. So what I want to say is, I've had a really, really tough time for the past couple of months. And I'm away from that. I'm happy from that. And I hope someone learns from this. Somebody in the future, if you ever see this, that you'd have to pray. You'd have to have a backup plan. I was already planning on doing an Airbnb. I just didn't have the money because she was draining my energy. I just couldn't work at times. And I also believe she was doing spell work on my fucking money. Can you believe that? You're that spiteful to do spell work on my fucking money. And then not only that, but go to my clients and fucking message clients of mine on the internet and say, Don't book readings with her. She's this, she's that, she's that. You know what? I don't give a fuck. You can message people, any of you, my stupid bitch ass neighbor, with your balding ass bitch, my mother, my family, because why? You people are so angry. You take time out of your day to message. You're so fucking bored. You message people to tell people not to book readings with me, not to fuck with me, because you're angry because you don't like your job, so you're trying to fuck up or jeopardize my reputation or my energy or my job. And I think the people that go along with that shit, that are like, you know what, we're not gonna book with her, fuck you. And I don't give a fuck, because I'm gonna always have supportive and great clients somewhere. And I have some people that really stay down for me. So if you're watching this, thank you, because I know who it is. And you know I'm shouting you out personally. Especially, I gotta do a special shout out for Sandra. Okay, I F with you. And anybody else, but she's been the most, she's like at the top of my head. Like she's been there for me. But if you're a loyal client, I F with you. If you've been there since day one, I F with you. You know, I F with you. But at this point in my life, I'm just looking for positivity, good energy, good vibes. I really experienced something really traumatic not too long ago. I'm tired of noise. I think she wanted to drive me crazy. I also believe that once her boyfriend got taken away from the cops like that, because of how crazy he was acting, I think that she was like making noise even purposefully, even more, because she wanted to drive me crazy so she could send me away. But what purpose would that? I'm a quiet person. So anything that she tried to do to drive me crazy, stress me out, whatever the fuck she was doing, it never really worked. I just got away. And now you have to live with yourself. You can do as much spell work as you want. You can do whatever you want. You can pretend. You wake up every morning, go to the same store, go to the same job, but you people please and try to be nice to people. They don't give a fuck about you. The sad part about these narcissists is they will wake up, treat the people closest to them in their same home like shit, but they go to the store and be so nice and, oh, hello, good morning, everybody. Go to your job. Hello, good morning, everybody. Go home. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Why do narcissists or energy vampires be like, why do they pick and choose who they want to do shit to? Like, I just be trying to figure it out. Like, why are you so nice and kind and have a false mask for people that don't care for you either, though? It's like, you will gossip and talk so much shit about me to a friend, but this so-called friend behind your back is literally like, yo, this bitch is super negative. But you think that's your friend this whole time. And what I learned in life, I love being by myself, because when I was around people, they always fucking turned on me. And maybe I was supposed to be standing alone, right? But you pick and choose. My mother literally was like, Aunt Cherry. I don't fucking know no fucking Aunt Cherry. Who the fuck is that bitch? Like, you can't say somebody's my aunt that I never met. That shit is weird. And then when I meet someone that you claim is my family, it's like they come into the house, they give me a look like they don't fucking know me, and it's like I don't feel your presence. I don't feel welcome by you, so I don't say shit to you either, and that's just what it is. But that's my Aunt Cherry. What the fuck? And also, I'm gonna say this to my Aunt Teresa. Fuck you, bitch. You know why I don't fuck with my aunt, my mother's sister, right? It's funny because it's so funny how my mother and her sister never talked for years, because I do believe strongly that my mother's sister, Teresa, knows so much about my own mother. I mean, if you deal with a narcissist or energy vampire, you dealt with it at one point. So she was jealous of my aunt at one point, because my aunt isn't a bad looking woman. My Aunt Teresa, I remember on my brother's birthday, when he was turning 18, that we all got some sort of money. So when I turned 18, I got money. When my brother turned 18, he was supposed to get money. They were all saying that Teresa had his money. So I called my aunt on his birthday to let her know, like, where's his money? Are you showing up? She never showed up, never answered the call. So I sent her a voicemail. I was like, yo, answer your fucking phone. Like, it's his birthday. You're not answering anybody, but you're holding on to his money. I swear to you, for years now, she's holding grudges. Fuck her, fuck me, Fuck me because I'm calling to make sure that he gets his money for his birthday. Really. And it's so funny because her kids are grown now. Faith, Libby, whoever the fuck. And I remember when I was younger, I used to really like her kids, right? So she and her husband chose to be far away from the family because we're a part of their family. But it's so funny. I never had an issue with my aunt other than my brother not receiving his money for his birthday. So she has an issue with me because I called her to let her know. Anyways, but after all these fucking years, so my cousin, niece, whatever, so her name is Faith, right? So Faith, she decides randomly, because I don't, at this point she's like in her teens. I don't know how old this fucking girl is, but I know she's younger than me. This girl is watching me on my fucking Insta story. It's so funny how everybody is watching me online after all these fucking years. And you don't know shit about me other than what your mother's saying, this person's saying, but you don't know shit about me, but you watch me. And you're trying to figure me out. But it's like these same family members that watch you, they don't say, hey, how you been? I miss you, I love you. Or who are you really? Who am I? I'm someone that has walked away from all the family drama. And Aunt Teresa, you can pretend that your family is fucking holy, you guys are the best, you guys are family, but you're a fucking spiteful ass bitch, Teresa. Because the fact of the matter is, you're mad at me because I called you because my brother's birthday, he needed his money. And so anyway, but I haven't talked to that lady in years. Your fucking kids are still gonna get blocked on shit. Fuck you, Faith and Libby, whatever the fuck your kids are names. Because guess the fuck what? These bitches are watching me on social media like fucking losers. You don't know shit about me, but you watch me on the internet and you think you have association with me. You're not family, bitch. Teresa, you ain't fucking family. You're a nosy bitch. My mother, you're a fucking nosy bitch too. You're fucking gang stalking me like fucking losers. You guys can do as much spell work as you want on me, and I'm gonna return that back to sender, bitch. You don't know who my high priestess is, so do as much spell work, but it's coming back to you. Also, stop pretending, because I know everything that's happening for each and every one of you. And you're so mad because I'm living in my truth, because I'm doing what I want. And a lot of these women, especially the woman, my dad's mad too, but it's like, she's living her life. She's attractive. She got so much people that fuck with her vibe. Why her? Are you stupid? Why me? Because I'm relatable. I've been through a struggle. I don't choose to do what you do. I don't have hate in my heart. These same people want me to work a regular 9 to 5, be fucking pregnant, want me to be fat, want to fuck with my skin. I know everything that you're fucking doing. You're so fucking bored. Guess what? You same people that feel like you can gossip, stalk, gang stalk, talk shit, do spell work, everything that I fucking know that you're doing. You think I was, even when I knew what you were doing, I was still being kind to you. It's so fucking weird, right? Because the people think, especially my mother, it's like, you're being kind to me after I fucking treated you like shit for months. I gotta do more spell work on you, bitch, because I think my mother looked at me like, I gotta do more spell work on you because you're being weak. No, sweetheart, it's called I'm not like you. I genuinely bought you a gift. I genuinely took you out. Just because I do tarot readings and I do spell work at times doesn't mean I just do it just to do it for fun. I believe in karma. I believe when you do bad things, it's going to come back to you. You don't just intentionally just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to fuck with this person's money. Fuck with this person's skin. Fuck with this person's body. Like, some of you guys are so angry and unhappy with how you look, how you feel, how your money's looking. So you say, I'm going to fuck with someone else's because they're doing better than you. Fuck you, because I earned it. And I'm still going to be blessed from the universe. Well, you're fucking struggling. And you keep talking, but I stand alone. And that's how powerful I am. Because all of you, all together, have an issue with one individual that broke out the cycle. That generational curse is fucking broken. It started with me, motherfucker. So fuck you. respectfully. And I forgive you, but I don't want you in my life. And eventually, wherever the fuck I gotta go, Saranada motherfucker. And money's always gonna come to me. Whether you stole my inheritance, you took from me, I don't give a fuck. Because guess what? Even if I was depressed and I was sad and I had all the money in the world, why the fuck would I want to spend it on just anything? Because I'm not happy. You can stand around and wear Gucci, Louis, Prada, anything. But if you're not happy on the inside, who are we showing it off to? Where are we going? Because I know when I'm not feeling good, I just want to lay down, sleep, and cry and pray. So with that being said, my whole family's fucking toxic, and I just kept trying to figure them out. But guess what? I already see everybody for who they are. So guess what? Fuck you guys. And I'm living my life yet again. And I was gone for a minute, but I'm not coming back. And good luck to you. Good luck, because I see a lot of bad luck coming from you. You know? And your fate and your decisions and your choices, I would really repent. I would pray. Some of you guys are selling your souls for what? For what? Money is the root of all evil. And you see me making money and you're mad at me making money the way I make money. But look at how you're making money. Look at what you're spending your money on. Some of you are purchasing too many, you know, spellcasters. You're going to the wrong tarot readers, actually. That was stupid. That was kind of stupid for you to do spell work on me or think that your spell work's working. You know how stupid my mother is? You know, there was a time we were heading to the train, right? She goes into the local Botanica that's on Flatbush Avenue. And you know what's so fucking crazy, right? I went to that Botanica before, and these people overcharge for anything. Like, I would tell you, for example, a fucking candle there is like $20. I'm like, why is one candle, like one little skinny candle is $20? I'm like, you guys are overcharging for just for the sake of it. And she walked in and the guy was like $20, $30. Like, he was just raising the price. And she was like, okay. And I told her, you can go somewhere more affordable. My mother was like, no, I'll stick with them. When I tell you, some people are literally going to the wrong spiritual shops, and they're being, because all these people care about is money, right? So you think that here's the funny part. You're going to keep purchasing and getting this, doing the spell work and thinking that shit's working. It's not fucking working. I feel great. I look great. My money's great. I'm doing good. I tried to leave. I knew you was doing shit on my money. I knew you was doing shit on my body. I knew you was doing whatever the fuck you was doing. Bitch, your mission has failed. So good luck what's happening to you next. You really should cleanse that energy. People that have something bad to say about somebody living in their truth, living their best life, doing what they have to do for themselves. Question your own energy. Question your own presence. Question your own path. Because we're not here on this world to put each other down, to stress each other out. I mean, I do believe that we're here to uplift each other, love each other, and spread more awareness, strength, motivation, determination. But what are you doing? And I know this has been a long, it's been over, but it's long overdue. I was going to talk about this a while ago and I never got a chance, but now I'm in a positive space to talk about my experience. So it's been a lot. It's been overwhelming. It's been stressful. It's been this, it's been that, but I know for a fact they're still watching, and I want you to watch this to really understand. Like, I know you guys are not changing. I personally don't give a fuck about your change, because that's your life, your decisions. But think about why you do the things that you do. Why are you guys so angry? Or why do you guys want to do spell work, death wishes, sacrificing? What the fuck kind of family is that? And you, to my mother, doing spell work on me on a daily basis, I already knew you were doing that shit, but I already told you numerous times, stop doing what you're doing behind the scenes, and she acted so fucking dumbfounded. Fuck you. So, you know what? Like I said, karma is going to come to you triple times now. My neighbor, Leslie, like I said, you stupid bitch. You're balding, so I don't got nothing to really say to your stupid ass bitch. Keep fucking balding with your balding ass. Aunt Teresa, shut the fuck up. Your kids, shut the fuck up too. Jessica, shut the fuck up. Okay, all of y'all motherfuckers, y'all just talk, but you're watching me. You don't have my phone number. You don't know where I live, but you're watching little old me. on a numerous basis. Because what's going on in your life? Your life sucks. You're unhappy within your own situation. That's why you choose to watch somebody else that's living in their truth. So my advice for people that choose to fucking not make their own decisions, their own path, their own journey, their own fucking choices, stop watching other people. Like, stop comparing yourself to me. Stop comparing yourself to someone that's actually chose a path or a decision for herself. Like, you're so entertained by my energy, but you don't like me, but you talk about me. You're the same type of people that you're just unhappy. Because my thing is, if you don't like someone, you don't fuck with someone, you wouldn't watch them. So why the fuck are you here? You look stupid.